everyone. So welcome to my class. In your last classes we were discussing about the factors of growth of Indian nationalism. We had found 3 factors and we were discussing about the factors socio-religious reform movement. Here we had found so many sub-points. So today we will be discussing the sub-point Aligarh movement. So Aligarh movement was a movement created by the students of Aligarh College. Aligarh College. So the leader of the movement was Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. Leader. Who was the leader? Sir Syed Ahmed Khan. So he believed that education is the important medium of creating national awareness among the people. So Sir Syed Ahmed Khan established an English medium school in 1864 at Gazipur. And he established Science Association. What? English medium school and Science Association. And he also established, Sir Syed Ahmed Khan also established a college. It was Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College. So the college gave importance on Western literature and culture. So through the Mohammedan Anglo-Oriental College, the Indian Muslims got the knowledge of Western literature and culture, and they have come to know about the Western literature and culture and Western education. So in this regard, the principal of Aligarh College, his name was Theodore Beck. Who was he? He was the principal of Aligarh College. So he also took an important role. So Western culture and literature was spreaded to the Indian Muslims, all Indian Muslims. So through the education, through the Western education, through the knowledge, the Indian Muslims came to know about the social abuses prevailing in the society, and they also tried to remove it. So in 1920, the Aligarh College raised to the status of Aligarh University. It was said as Aligarh Muslim University. So when in 1920, Aligarh College raised to the status of Aligarh Muslim University. So remember, when Aligarh Muslim University was established, so in 1920. Okay, so it was the institution. So who created awareness among the Indian Muslims for the nationalism for our India. So it was the institution. Which was the institution? Aligarh Muslim University. At first it was known as Aligarh College. So at first it was a college, and in 1920 it got the status of a university. It was about Aligarh movement. Okay. So now we will discuss another factor of growth of Indian nationalism. It is role of press. How press initiated created the awareness among the Indian people. So at first, press was established in India by the British. So the first newspaper of India was Bengal Gazette. It was published by a British person, James Augustus Hickey, and it was published in 1780. You can see the page of Bengal Gazette. Here is written what? Hickey's Bengal Gazette. Okay. So it was written in English language, and only the literature and culture of the British were focused here. But the needs and feelings of the Indians were ignored completely. Therefore, the Indians were against the paper. And the Indians, or the educated Indians, realized that there should be a vernacular press. There should be some vernacular presses that every Indian can understand the newspaper. And the feeling and needs and culture of India should be focused here. So after few decades, there were established some vernacular presses. Okay, vernacular means mother tongue. And now the vernacular newspapers express the feelings and needs of the native Indians, and it also expressed the evils of British imperialism. Now the Indians started to understand about the exploitation of the British, and they were aware about their nationalism, about their freedom. So the British also gradually understood that the press has played an important role in creating awareness among the Indian people. So they were starting to impose legal restriction upon the Indian press. So a British official, Lord Wellesley, he imposed censorship upon the Indian vernacular press according to the Censorship Act. According to the Censorship Act of 1799, he imposed censorship. And in 1807, another British official, Lord Hastings, he abolished the act. He abolished the Censorship Act. But he imposed prohibition of publication of any article against British. But it was opposed by some Indians. It was opposed by Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy also appealed in front of Calcutta High Court about it. Raja Ram Mohan Roy appealed in front of Calcutta High Court about it, that there should not be any restriction on the vernacular press. And in 1835, the officiating Governor General Charles Metcalfe repealed these restrictions and became the liberator of the Indian press. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy pleaded in front of Calcutta High Court, and in 1835, Governor General Charles Metcalfe, remember the name, Metcalfe, repealed these restrictions. That means remove the restrictions restrictions which were upon the Indian vernacular press. And after that, Charles Metcalfe was regarded as the liberator of the Indian press. So he was the liberator of the Indian press. And now there was no any restrictions upon the Indian vernacular press, and after that the vernacular presses got freedom to write any article, to publish any article. Okay. After removal of every restrictions from the Indian vernacular press, there published so many newspapers. Among them, Banga Darshan, Arya Darshan, Amrita Bajar Patrika, they were famous, and they were published from Bengal in the 19th century. And after 1861, what happened? Famines had occurred in Bengal. Famine means scarcity of food. So at that time, Lord Lytton was the Governor General. And the vernacular newspapers had written against Lord Lytton during the situation, during the famine. Why? Because Lord Lytton was unable to distribute sufficient food to the poor. So there was no food, there was lack of food and scarcity of food. There was famine, and then the Governor General was Lord Lytton. So the vernacular newspapers criticized Lord Lytton that he could not provide food to the needy people. And therefore Lytton passed the ill-famous Vernacular Press Act of 1878. Therefore, what happened? Lord Lytton passed Vernacular Press Act in 1878. Vernacular Press Act of 1878. So again the vernacular presses were closed. So in this situation, the Amrita Bajar Patrika changed itself to an English paper. So there was a restriction upon the vernacular newspapers, but it was not upon the English newspaper. So the Amrita Bajar Patrika changed itself to an English paper. Okay. And in 1878, Lord Lytton passed another act. It was Arm Act. When in 1878 he passed an act, it was Arm Act. According to the act, no Indians were allowed to keep any arm with them. But this was not applicable for the Europeans. This was applicable only for the Indians. So Lord Lytton enacted two acts. What? Arm Act and Vernacular Press Act. So the Indians were now furious. Indians were now against the British domination, and it created a feeling of nationalism in their minds. So the press, the vernacular presses thus created the feeling of nationalism among the Indians. So we have found what? We have found that the vernacular press played a great role in creating nationalism among the Indians. Okay. Today we had discussed role of press as a factor of growth of Indian nationalism. We had found what? The first newspaper of India was Bengal Gazette, and it was published by Augustus Hickey. And only Western cultures and literature were reflected in the newspaper. So there were established vernacular presses to reflect the feelings and needs of Indian people. But Lord Wellesley imposed censorship on vernacular press. But Charles Metcalfe was the liberator of the Indian press because he removed every prohibition upon the Indian press. Okay, and Lord Lytton again enacted what? Indian Press Act. So the Amrita Bazar Patrika changed itself to a English paper, and Lord Lytton in 1878 again passed the Arm Act, and these rules of exploitation created the feeling of nationalism in the minds of Indians. Okay, so this was the summary. It was the summary of the part. It was the summary of the factor role of press. So it is the time to say goodbye. Okay, thank you.